Buenos dias, Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye-ya. Bye-ya. Orale. I'll start getting into it. And in menudo style in direct fashion, as you can tell by that thumbnail right there, the Fresno Bulldogs. Now, a lot of you guys are saying, Gunner, you fucked up. It's Fresno Bulldogs. Charlie Holmes, it's Fresnal Bulldogs. The Central Valley, the Central, Fresnal. Get it? Read between the lines. On we go. Now, trip out. Done a lot of time with Fresno Bulldogs, man. A lot of time, right? And traditionally, I've always known them to be from Fresno County, or the surrounding areas. Now, I have ran into some of the Nation Dogs, right? Back in the days when they were rocking Nation Dogs, and I've ran into some of the Bulldogs that were just from different cities like Corco, Hanford, Madera, Simon, Spencer, Madera. Bulldogs were established. Maybe not a lot of them, but there were a few of them running around. Even in Merced, we had a couple Bulldogs. So I was scared. One of them is no longer with us. The other one, he's doing his thing. Now, I will say this. Are the Bulldogs starting to establish in different cities a lot? Yes. You know what I mean? I'm starting to notice them in different cities. People are starting to hit me up like, hey, guess what? I see some Fresno Bulldogs over here, over there. Now, I'm not going to say certain cities that they're establishing in, because I don't want everyone to get all fucking crazy and Charlie Holmes, they're not in my town, because it's weird, that you could be on this YouTube shit and you can speak some facts, some real life stuff. I could tell you something that's actual factual that I seen with my own fucking four eyes, and someone would be like, Charlie Holmes, that shit ain't happening. Everybody has pride in their city, pride in their town, pride in their barrio, and where they're from. And that's cool. It's supposed to be like that. You're supposed to have pride. But at the same time, Holmes, don't deny the undeniable. Don't deny the facts that people are establishing. You got Northern Riders that are establishing in different cities. So they flooded Merced. That's a fact, right? You got fucking Northern Riders that have established in Sacramento. Flooded, right? Modesto. Actual and factual, man. Then you got Southsiders who, they've been there and done that, right? Santa Cruz, the takeover was real. Vallejo, the takeover's been smooth. Richmond, well, we already know how that went. San Fran, they've been in that motherfucker since the 80s. They're just doing their thing, okay? So what makes you think in your fucking mentality that the Fresno Bulldogs, Fresnal, right, definitely ain't establishing? They are, Holmes. Quietly as it's kept, they're starting to branch out. Now, I got a lot of homeboys that are perro chatos, Fresno Bulldogs, right? I get at them on the daily. We chop it up, Holmes. There's a lot of respect there. And I'm going to tell you why I respect them so much and why I respect the whole movement of the Bulldogs. We'll get to that, right? But in a menudo style in direct fashion, I will say that these vatos are starting to ingrain and indoctrinate those around them, and they're starting to move and branch out to different states, different cities, just like any other barrio, just like any other gang. They're reaching their tentacles out, right? It's time for the Bulldogs to spread their gospel, Billy Graham style, and they're doing it, right? Now, does that affect the Norteño movement and the Southsider movement and everything they got going on? A little bit, right? A little bit. When it's out there, when it's out here on the streets, and there's a lot of gang violence and a lot of things going on, everybody is going to do what they got to do, right? If you catch the ops slipping, you're at a gas station, so he's filling them up one time, or he's putting in a quarter tank because he ain't got that much money, and you run up on him, then it is what it is. You get off where you're mad at and you handle your business, right? But I will say this, that doesn't mean that the vatos from Fresno are not filling up their tank in a town near you. They're handling their business, right? And they're starting to spread. Now, a couple of the perro chatos, a couple of the Bulldogs got at me and they were like, yeah, Holmes, hey, we got homeboys established over here, over there. I said, fuck, no, you got, them's jokes, y'all, right? You ain't got fools established over there. I said, Charlie, Holmes, look, watch out. Facts, right? Bulldogs are flying under the radar and they're starting to establish in different places, okay? Now, as far as setting up barrios, setting up gangs and clicas, I can't call that one like an alcoholic. I won't say that they're doing that, but I am saying that the perros are coming in groups and establishing. Now, we already know in federal prison, a lot of the Fresno Bulldogs roll with Norteños. That's a fact, Holmes. They're called the Fresno Primos. They're kind of getting back into the fold with the Norte. Some of them do function solo bolo like a sideways leaning cholo, and some of them do function with Southsiders. Just depends on where they're at, how they feel, what their affiliation is, and you know what I mean? So it's okay, you put me over here, who's deepest, right? And you best believe this. The brothers are strong, but Sureños are the deepest, right? Boom, there it is there. That's where they're rocking. And people say, well, that's being a punk, Holmes. That's being a sucker. Nah, actually not. They're playing chess, not checkers, Holmes. That's called where the numbers are at and where the fucking embracement is real. Orale, canalismo. Bam, let's go over here and let's blend in. And that's exactly what the Perro Chatas are doing. Now, what they're doing is establishing on the streets in different cities. Okay, and I ain't mad at them. I ain't mad at them, man. To me, brown is brown, raza is raza, and I've said it many times, man. I don't give a fuck about the gang affiliations and where you're from and how you do that and what paño, what color your paño is, and if it's blue, if it's red, if it's purple, if it's green. We don't do amarillo unless you're a Laker fan, right? Gold. But that's how I feel, right? I could care less. But one thing I will say is they are, and it's undeniable. You can't deny it. You can't deny it. You're a straight. You can't fuck with me, right? Everyone's always talking about, nah, Charlie Holmes, Fresno's on an island, Gilligan's Island, they're just doing their thing over there. They don't never go anywhere. Well, you know, I got pictures of them down in LA at the Backpack Boys store. I got pictures of them in Merced at motherfucking GB store. You know, I got pictures of the Fresno Bulldogs basically everywhere. And I'm not here to promote their fucking cause and say, Fresno, right? I'm not here to do that. I'm just saying, man, put some respect on their name, Holmes. You know, when you're doing this gangbanging thing, Holmes, it's all about respect. It's all about recognizing people. It's all about recognizing them for what they are and what they do. And these motherfuckers been doing it for 35 plus years. Can you put some respect on their name like Birdman? Orale, do that shit one time for their mind, right? Give them their props. But they are establishing. Now let's take it way back. Fred C. Nellis, CYA. Why is it that I got so much love for Perros? People ask me, damn, Gun, you know what I mean? You got a lot of love for the Bulldogs. I'm like, you're a fucking Bulldog Charlie, Holmes. I had a chance, but I said, nope, no way. Huelga, right? And I flew with the Huelga birds, Holmes, and that's just the way it was going to be, and that's the way it would always be. If I could go back in time over and over and over again, I would do the same old thing. Because my love in my heart was with the Norte, Holmes, and it will always be. You know, I always have that burning flame in my heart, that desire to recognize, Holmes, what that cause was. And I love the cause, right? But at the same time, Holmes, I don't love the riffraff shit around it. Bang, bang. Now, there we go. So trip out. Norte, stand up. Now, I will say this, and this is actual and factual, Holmes. I'm going to put some paper in it. Sit down. Sit down. I'm about to put some knowledge that you can't get in college right here on your plato, right? And I'm going to say it with my chest on, right? The Bulldogs, the reason I had so much love for them was when I first got incarcerated, man, when I first was in YA, they were the ones rocking. Let me say it again. They were the ones rocking, right? I met a lot of homeboys from Hayward, from Sanjo, from fucking Gilas, Salas, Merced, Modesto, Stockton, Sacramento, where it didn't matter where you were from, San Fran Mission District, stand up, ooh wee, right? The lower bond, the dirty 30s, the Oakland boys, right? Everybody was doing their thing to Larry County. But at the same time, the ones that I recognized as doing the most, the ones that were putting in that major work, Holmes, the ones that were handling their business the most were the Fresnal Norteños, Holmes, the F-14ers, the Bulldogs. It's a fact, man. I spent on a tira. I know a lot of people don't like it. They don't like when I fucking speak on some real shit. But sabes que? I got to give it to you with facts, Holmes. They were the ones putting it down, holding it down for the Norte in CYA when I was young. And I recognize this. And at this time, they were 209. I was 209. So the pool was there. And I kicked it with a lot of the Bulldogs, man. Shout out to my boys, K9, Joey Boy, Shorty. You know what I mean? Bubba, Danny Boy. Real ones, Dreams. All the homeboys that were really in YA with me, even Porky's fucking ass and fucking Weasel, right? All the ones that I knew and I got to fucking know pretty good on a personal basis, they were about that business, man. They were quick to pick up steel. They were quick to get off first. They were handling business. Their names were well known in the institution we were at just because they were doing their thing. Now, I didn't know if it was just the city of Fresno rocked a little bit harder than everybody else or that was it, but usually it was based on just the character of that person, man. They were just some soldados. They just happened to be a conglomerate of real motherfuckers, a gaggle of gangsters, right? And they were doing their thing. So I identified with that because I also was a little fucking travieso. I also was in the mix and wanted to bang Ladesh like a motherfucker, right? So in a menudo style, I already knew one of these days I was going to be Pintabound. See the vatos in my town and I know I'm going to put it. That's a throwback, huh? I ain't said that in a minute. But I was going to get involved in a lot of stuff, and the boys from Fresno were really rocking, man. So that's what made me gain a lot of love and a lot of respect to Fresno, right? I had to give them some love. Pues, having respect, that feels even better. And I gave them that because they earned it. Now, fast forward, to the fucking departure of the Perros from the Norte, and I'm going to tell you right now, I hated them motherfuckers, right? Everything that I loved and respected about them, I now hated. Okay, I felt like fucking my own homeboys turned their back on me. They couldn't crack me, couldn't put the Mac on me, did the only thing they could do and turn their back on me, right? And it had me feeling some type of way. Sometimes I even flash back. No, don't leave us. Carlos, come back, right? ¿Sabes qué? But Charlie, Holmes, the polar bears are back in his play, and they bounced. They bounced on us, man, and it was no one could ever understand the situation or how it feels to have your homeboys you're busting a spread with the day before turn their back on you the next day. ¿Sabes qué? It hurt my heart. My heart, right? My heart was hurt. They ripped my shit out and took it with them. A whole bunch of bulldogs. But it was what it was, right? And I gathered in my mind this hatred for these same people that I had love for, right? Which made it even worse because it was a pure hatred. It was a hatred for everything that they fucking believed in because they didn't believe in what I truly believed in. You know, one day they did, the next day they didn't. And I fucking despised them for that. So for a lot of years, Holmes, I was at guerra. Not at guerra for the Norte, but at guerra for myself, right? Against the Fresno Bulldogs. But over the years of war and handling my business and other homeboys, that Sajo, Delano, Gorko, other homeboys that rocked righteously with me against these Bulldogs, Holmes, we seen them as a very vicious adversary. We seen them as still homeboys. Motherfuckers would get off where they're mad at just like we would. And you know what? I started to gain that respect again from them or for them. You know, I know it seems funny. It's like a roller coaster. It's like a gangster sometimes. It makes you wonder how you keep from going under, right? It makes you wonder, how can you have respect, lose respect, gain respect? But that's part of the game. That's part of the game. What a difference a fucking day makes, right? And I definitely started to respect the perro chatos again. And now I could say, as I stand here today, an adult, a grown man, a real life motherfucker who's been there and done that, 19 years plus locked up, they got my love and my admiration and a lot of respect. A whole lot, right? I kick it with Bulldogs daily. Let's just say that. I fuck with a lot of them. You know, I fuck with a lot of real individuals. Motherfuckers that don't claim the Bulldogs and don't claim the Norte, but motherfuckers claim some man and some raza shit, right? They might have a perro chato on them, Humps, but they're not tripping. They're not trying to bite me in my ankles, right? And it's all good. It's all respect. It's all love. Now, I know there are still those little youngsters that are out there like, you know what I mean? They're gunning. They see the gunner, they're tearing his head off, right? And that's fine. That's fine, Humps. Respect to you. Get off where you're mad at. When I see you, and hopefully I don't, but it is what it is, right? And that's just it. That's part of life. It can happen at any time. Sasuke, a big old fucking rock could fall at me out of the sky, and Sasuke, all you're gonna see is fucking me from the bottom half, but at least my people will still be big. And that's it. You know? Sasuke, can I get some Arby's the night before? You know what I mean? Fuck you. God, help me. Fuck with me one time. And that's all I care about. Now, I will say this. As far as them establishing in other cities now and all that, they're doing it, right? They are doing it, and they're doing it deep. See, right now is a perfect opportunity for any gang that's smart to start gathering and gaining. When you have a thing like the end of hostilities, let's talk about it, right? Knowledge you can't get in college. That means it's peacetime. That means people right now are not tripping off each other. Traditional groups that really were at war for so long, Norteños and Southsiders, Homes, as well as blacks and whites and everyone else in between, they're not really tripping off each other. Everyone's trying to program in prison yards. And of course, the streets are a little bit different. But with a lot of motherfuckers getting out, Homes, real gente that really know what time it is, who have really done some time and are of understanding, one thing I will say is this, right? They're starting to indoctrinate their little homies, and their little homies are starting to realize, okay, so if I go in the pen, we're cool, we ain't tripping, we're selling up, homes, we're eating sopa. Yeah, this is the way the get down is, bro. These vatos are actually feeding my gente, you know what I mean? All right, cool. Yeah, we rock together, homes, against the adversaries, which are the non-active. Okay, boom. A lot of people are starting to gain that knowledge, and it's shifting a little bit. You know, there's always going to be war between upstate Southsiders and Norteños, and there's always going to be war between Crips and Norte and Bloods and Crips and whatever your fucking hood don't get along with that particular day is who you're going to beef with. But slowly but surely, prison is leaking out into the calles, and people are starting to learn. And the Bulldogs have a plan. Oh, they have a master plan, right? They're actually smart in what they're doing. Like I said, chestnut checkers, homes, they're going to try to sink battleships, right? They're starting to establish in different cities. Okay? So that way, in a downtime of North and South, homes, they can build their manpower. Okay? People don't see it, but I see it for what it is. Now, I told you the other day, maybe it was like a few weeks ago, I ran up by some perro chatos, at my prima's house, right? And it was just a few youngsters. And of course, I called some homeboys. They swooped through, man, and they laced them up. You know, some big homeboys from Fresno. I will say this, though. You know what I mean? Them youngsters felt some type of way. They felt some type of way, and they had a lot to say while they were feeling that type of way. They said, "Hey, Holmes, you guys think that you guys?" And I said, "Well, hold up, who's you guys? You know, let me look around. You know what I mean? This isn't a North thing. You know what I mean? This is a brown pride thing, right?" But still, I heard them out because that's what an OG motherfucker does, Holmes. I listen before I fucking open my mouth, right? And they were like, "Holmes, we're establishing everywhere, whoop de whoop." So I started to inquire. I started to inquire to some better chatos that are well trusted, Holmes, that I know. And I said, "Hey, is this a fact, bro? Because I ain't never seen this shit." I remember my time there was 2 fucking bulldogs, right? And one of them, the homeboy killed. You know what I mean? He's doing 40 to life. And the other one, he was already on scante like a motherfucker. So we didn't count him, right? Oh, in fact, there was 3 Spencer, the one I beat with the bat, and he's still over there asking for money, right? Allegedly, right? And that's it. But I never seen him move in like that and get deeper. But they were like, "Nah, yeah, Simon. So I got at the older homeboys, and they were like, "Yeah, bro, it's happening." And they started to show me some receipts, but. And so all I can say to the gente out there is they are establishing. Now, what does that mean to a community near you? It does not mean nothing. It doesn't mean the gang fucking violence is going to surge. It doesn't mean things are going to change. All it means is, man, there's a new sheriff in town, Holmes. The new vatos are coming in town. They're coming for the takeover, Holmes. Now, it is up to the people that are already established whether they're going to let them do that or not. Okay? I don't promote gang violence, Holmes. I promote talk it out, don't walk it out, don't walk. You know what I mean? There's different ways to go about it. But if you fucking live in a fucking bubble and think in your mind that their fucking Fresno Bulldogs are not establishing homes, you got your fools mixed up like Brentwood, because they are. Facts, right? Facts. Now, I will say there's been an incident that happened, you know, and I talked about it at the water park, man, where the Bulldogs got off on the Norteño. And now there's been an incident in San Jose, Holmes, where the Norteños got off on some Bulldogs, right? Yes, indeed. I wrote graffiti on the bus. I got a couple homeboys out there from San Jose, man, that told me that they actually caught a couple perro chatos slipping. I guess this fucking family had moved in on their block, and they noticed that they were always flamed up. They thought they were homeboys. They thought they were Norteños, so they didn't even trip, Holmes. One day, one of the brothers happened to run into one of them. He was washing his car, and he's like, "Hey, bro, where you from?" Vato was like, "Fresno Bulldogs." Boom. They got off right there. They had a fight. The Fresno Bulldog got the upper hand. The homeboy from San Jose went and got the few homeboys. They came back. A few Bulldogs stepped out of the house, and it was ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Now, which is crazy to me. It's not crazy to me because I could understand, but it was crazy to me that these Bulldogs decided to fucking move to fucking San Jose. You know, ever since I was young and I was in CYA, I always knew San Jose and Fresno to be bitter enemies. Now, I know I've met a lot of homeboys from San Jose and Fresno who say, "Nah, that ain't the case, man." But nah, bro. Anyone that was there in YA with me that knew as a youngster, there was a bitter rivalry. A bitter fucking rivalry between Fresno and San Jose. Sharks and dogs. Oh my, oh my. I had homeboys, literally, homeboys that San Jose with fucking sharks on their necks with dead bulldogs in their mouth. I had fucking homeboys that Fresno, big old fucking bulldogs with sharks in their teeth. Facts. Anyone who thinks I'm lying, man, so well, that's on you. You know what I mean? I've seen it plenty of times. There was hella homeboys from San Jose with sharks with fucking dead bulldogs in their mouth and vice versa. So I would think that would be crazy for these guys to establish, but one never knows where one moves, does one, or where one's establishing. One thing I do know, where there's one bulldog, you find 2 or 3. That's the way they get down. They're starting to establish just like anyone else, man. So for those of you who think that they're not, and they're not moving to a city near you, you better fucking keep your eyes peeled, Holmes, because they blend in. They wear red. They're all flamed up. You might say, "They're not homeboys. Those are sangres. Those are all Paru. Those are bloods." Charlie, Holmes, those are bulldogs. You better watch out because they're going to take a bite out of crime, right? And they're not fucking around. Anyways, it's just something I wanted to put out there. The Fresnal Bulldogs, basically, they're establishing in different cities, and they're establishing deep. It's happening. You might not see it, Holmes. You might not believe it until it comes and bites you in the nalgas. Then you're like, "Oh, yeah, they're going to get you," right? They got you where they want you. Now they're going to get you, right? Will the North and the Sur be threatened by them? I don't think so, Holmes. But the threat is always imminent. You know what I mean? You just never know. Anyways, with that being said, man, you know what I mean? Fuck all the gang shit, man. Fuck all the bullshit, man. Let's talk some real shit. With that being said, it's all about the raza. And we're going to continue to push like that. I got a lot more coming right here on Gunners Collective. As you can see, I did an interview with Big Joe, man. He's talking about fucking running up on No Jumper with Gil, and exactly how fucking Adam was a poop butt. You know what time it is, man. Real recognizes real. Real life recognizes real life, man. Steel sharpens steel. We're going to continue to do it like that, man. Let's represent for the people. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the pinchy day, it doesn't matter if you're a bulldog, a norteño, a sureño, a Latin king, a fucking Latin disciple, a fucking whatever the else they are, the crazy Latin devils or whatever. Sasuke, you're brown. You know what I mean? Fuck with it one time. Let's go out there and get it, man. If you like this, please hit that like and subscribe with the thumbs up. If not, you can hit that thumbs down. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly believe in, and that's coming together of all people. I had to bring you the Hood News 101 because I'm telling you right now, the Bulldogs are establishing. Keep your eyes open. That's it. Keep your eyes open. Bang, bang. This is the gun.